Number 1, WWE fans.
Start the show.
Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it. But to be the man, you gotta be 316 says I just whipped you. We are the generation that eat. You make the rules, and we will. Who is booking this drop?
Oh boy.
More of that. WWE stands for.
The cream of the crop. I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe Adrian. And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
Position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream rises to the top.
It's Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe Adrian.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue, and this is the Wednesday Night War, 5 points of war. If you don't know, this is how it goes. Tonight, we usually do the ratings, but since we don't have the ratings, because we are literally doing it right after NXT and AEW, we're going to replace that with best moment of the night, best match of the night, best storyline of the night, best most intrigue for next week, and best overall show. So, gentlemen, let's not waste any time because I think this is the best of the Wednesday Night War so far.
This is the best Wednesday Night War that I've ever seen.
Kayfabe Bev.
And we're on week 4. So we got a full month in of shows.
Facts.
This is a full month in, and
Maybe
Let's
we
go.
should start thinking about doing a monthly show.
Ooh,
Recap.
maybe. So we want
You
to
see how we just create content out of nowhere?
Just like that.
content creation.
Focus. Give us a rundown of both the shows, sir.
So, first we have AEW
Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Wednesday Night Dynamite, starting with Private Party versus El Luchador Brothers.
Great match.
Wonderful match.
I think I like the way that they're building Private Party,
Private Party's
and
fine.
they're just showcasing Lucha Brothers as the beast tag team that they are. They're hands down one of the greatest tag teams I've ever seen, like live and just in general. Just
Absolutely.
up there, you know, the Bucks up there too, and I feel like right now they clash so much that they're keeping the polar opposites.
Yeah, need to.
Looks like they're heading towards their own rivalry. The Bucks are heading towards a rivalry with the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
But great back and forth. Both teams like really like showcase their skills.
This is, you're gonna hear me say this a lot tonight. This is a match you need to go out of your way to see. Private Party versus Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
And Lucha Bros are gonna go on next
And
week to the finals for the tag team tournament.
Yeah, Lucha Bros win, and Private Party did not look bad in defeat.
No,
Like
they
look
look
very
good.
strong.
that was a good match. I think it took up about maybe
Arguably.
15 minutes at the beginning of the show.
Arguably,
I didn't even see an intro. It went straight to the.
Yeah, they got
went
straight
to the match.
Arguably, match of the night. But let's move on.
All right, and then we have SCU.
I see you.
SCU versus the Dark Order.
Yeah. SCU.
What do you guys think about the Dark Order?
I'm not-
I'm not sold.
I'm not.
honestly.
I'm not
I'm a
gonna
big
lie.
fan.
I think Evil Uno lost a little bit of weight.
He
So
did.
I mean,
I'll
he
say
did.
that
He
positive.
looks like in
And
better
then
shape.
Grayson-
He definitely looks in better shape.
Grayson it would be a great champion. It's just that he wants to be paired with Evil Uno. So I think like
See,
Evil Uno's
to me,
holding him
Grayson
down.
looks like the Viking Raider that they forgot.
Yeah.
That's who he looks. That's what he
does.
looks like to me.
Their in-ring is always good. Their character's not connecting with me or the larger audience, but I mean, their in-ring is always solid.
I'm telling you, Grayson needs to cut that dead weight off and
Maybe.
decide to be serious.
Maybe
about
not even that. It's
his
just
career.
people don't know Dark Order as much. If they don't have any knowledge of the Super Smash Brothers from like Ring of Honor and wherever else they were, you know, showcased. I've only personally seen them maybe 1 or 2 times before their AEW debuts in the past couple months.
We can get more into that when we get into the 5 points of war. But continue with the rundown of the show and give us the winners and losers of both shows.
All right, so SCU won that. All right, next we have Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega.
He's getting back in a cleaner mode. This is part 2 for them.
And of course, Kenny Omega won that one.
With
But
crazy V-trigger.
I think we need to mention that this match was
One-wing
really
angel
to
combo.
put over the fact that Joey Janela can do a lot more than just hardcore stuff. This guy can actually wrestle.
They definitely showcase his wrestling.
Shout out to Jim Cornette on that one.
The highlight of the match
Jelly
is just gonna
Janela
be
and Kenny Olivier
that
with
V-trigger.
their outlaw, with their outlaw mud wrestling bullshit.
Killed him with the treats.
leaning out of the rope, like
Killed
half
him.
his body was out the ring.
It was like-
A match
it was
you
like
rush
fight
over to
night.
see.
It was
Yes.
like fight night when somebody get knocked out.
Facts.
Yo,
A match
for
you really
real.
go out of your way to see.
He did the
Followed
Sierra.
up with the great One-Wing Angel, great match. Watch that.
Probably the most protected move in all professional wrestling. Nobody kicks out of that. Like, literally.
Well,
Nobody.
nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow either. So
But,
No, people have been
And-
kicking out of the
no.
V-trigger.
no. No, the one-wing.
Okada does.
No, the one-wing angel.
Oh,
One-wing
no,
angel.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Only-
That's the
only
finish.
Okada. Only Okada.
Yeah.
Next we have Tucky T and Trent, the best friends, versus the Bucks of Youth, the Young Bucks. Orange Cassidy accompanied the best friends, by the way.
Which is always great.
Orange Cassidy is awesome.
He hasn't really done anything, but he's done a lot.
Oh my gosh! The beginning of the match, when the Bucks doing the pose, doing that, and
Oh,
Orange Cassidy just kind of walks in the middle of them.
Miniature super kicks.
Word, Matt Jackson push, you know what I'm saying? Just give him
The funniest part of that wasn't even the super kicks. It's the fact that he delivered a super kick to both of them, then turns around to celebrate.
Word.
Like,
and then they gave them both a double super kick. You know what I'm saying?
That was hilarious.
But I thought the best friends were going to take this match. It was a really good match. I want to say this
At first, and then the last, like the closing segment of the match, like just turned up out of nowhere.
facts.
So
All right,
What's up?
Next we have Jamie Hayter coming from UK versus the Doctor. It's Bricksburg, Britt Baker.
Ha ha ha! You see what he did there? Ha
like
ha
her
ha!
jacket, like the Steelers homage to she's the hometown hero for the night, and I mean I need to see more out of Britt Baker as far as like more evolution in her style and her
Yeah, she
in-ring
needs to grow
technique.
more. Yeah, her
Just a little bit
needs to
more.
grow
I don't think she's the star that they're painting her to be. They're building her obviously, but they're making it seem like she's the woman, like she's gonna be the face.
That's what they have to do. That's what they have to do though. But she's
I
not there.
I
yet.
don't think she's it.
Soon-
She's not there.
No,
I
not yet.
think she's bland. She needs to get a gimmick, you know.
She does have a gimmick.
I mean,
she's a
just
real life
herself.
but it's
She's
like-
a real life dentist.
Yeah.
That's her gimmick. I actually respect that
I
aspect
like
of her
that.
character.
Yeah,
It's more so the in ring. She needs work.
yeah.
That
I
sling
agree.
blade kind of, it brings in my memory.
Yeah, her in-ring just needs to get a little. Yeah, her in-ring needs to get-
So
watch,
next,
watch her break in like a year.
So for the main event, we have John Moxley versus Pac.
Yeah, this
I felt like it was more the same
Okay.
between the two. I didn't really see anything really too spectacular. It was a good match and a draw, so both men come off looking good. They didn't, suffer a loss. Moxley, obviously wasn't taking that line down. Ends up hitting the
That's referee with the paradigm shift.
The paradigm shift.
I do have to mention that that the Inner Circle was out. They came out during the SCU and Dark Order
SCU.
match, and they just kind of stayed in the crowd, and that
For
took-
like 3 matches straight.
that took away from it for a little bit. But then that the crowd got immediately back into it. Team Cody came out there to cut a promo. Team Cody ended up coming out there was comprised of MJF, Goldust, and DDP.
DDP,
Bang,
what are you
like
doing?
mad random, but it was awesome.
It
Everyone was
was.
like, okay, it was awesome.
I
They
know
had a big
somebody was gonna get banged that night.
oh, we'll get to Dirty Dango on
That's,
NXT.
Old Nitro DDP.
And then they had a big brawl in the back. It was just really awesome. I had to add that in because that added such a nice element to the whole show. But let's move on to NXT Live.
So with NXT Live on the USA Network, we have kicking off with Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, and Rhea won that match.
Word.
That was a good match.
Really good
like,
match.
That,
Ooh.
that took up more time than the opener for AEW.
I
We
feel
were dual watching.
Honestly,
Well,
They ripped it for a good 20 minutes.
I want to say it was due through to an interference by Io Shirai, who came down at the end, hit Bianca Belair, and then allowed Rhea Ripley to hit
A
a
lot of big things
himself.
happening in the women's division in NXT.
Yeah.
And
I think this was one of
Not on top of
the
EO.
better matches that the women had in quite some time, though.
well, no, I feel like they're showcased properly, and now NXT's giving me what I wanted the past couple of weeks, stemming from last week. I feel like they build upon more storylines, more building of characters, more building of feuds. They continued that this week, and I feel like with the women, they don't lack. If anything, last week started the evolution of having more women storylines. They showcased the four horsewomen of the MMA. This whole storyline between Io, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and now Candice LeRae as well, who showed up at the end of this match after Io. We're gonna see a great fatal four-way. We're gonna probably find out
Hopefully
who's
somebody
the number one contender out of them.
Hopefully somebody dethrones Shayna. I love
Yeah,
Shayna,
it's
but
time.
I'm ready
It's
for
time.
I'm ready for the
It's
call
definitely
up.
time.
Shayna's boring.
She's getting called up.
It's not that she's boring.
She's boring.
She's been champion for so long.
Yeah, she's getting
Where
called
does
up.
she go? But like I said last week, now that they're building the women,
Rhea Ripley.
Shayna actually has more possibilities to fight different people. So it's all good. The women's division, I really think, as compared to AEW, NXT women's division is top notch.
So moving on, we have Matt Riddle versus Cameron Grimes, who was Trevor Lee in TNA.
Yeah. And also in the independent scene. This is a
Crazy
really good
match.
This is a match you need to go out of your way to see.
Crazy
really,
match.
Really
All
good.
I kept
Very
thinking
hard-headed.
was Matt Riddle is kicking the shit out of
Matt
this
Riddle's
man.
moveset is probably
He
one of
is
the best. He
kicking
probably has
the
one of the
shit
best movesets
out
of
of this man. And for the majority of the match, it was Matt Riddle with most of the offense, but
Cameron Grimes
Cameron
also.
he came back.
Oh, Matt Riddle hit a
That-
jackhammer. Shout out to Goldberg.
But that move they did, it was kind of like
the sideways Spanish fly that Cameron Grimes.
Crazy.
Cameron Grimes is really good. For all the people that think he just does squash matches because he does a stomp, that's just WWE putting him over. It's NXT, excuse me,
Mhm.
specifically NXT. Triple H extended universe. Triple H's booking, putting him over to make him look strong like that. This is a good match. He did not look bad in defeat at all.
No, not at all. If anything, for me, it showcased him, and I actually more interested because I don't really know too much of Trevor Lee or what's his NXT name,
Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
I've heard of him, never
Mhm.
really studied or watched his stuff,
Yeah.
but good intro for me.
Facts.
Yeah. And of course, Matt Riddle won that one. Moving on, we have the Fashion Police and Isaiah Scott Swerve, formerly known as Shane Strickland,
Swerve.
versus I forgot. I'm not gonna.
What those guys? It was three of them that came out together.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I forgot.
The Forgotten Sons.
But that's what it was.
Yeah, the Forgotten
Right.
Sons.
Right, those guys.
So-
Don't ask me who they are individually.
I think this was a really great match. They did a lot of spots, especially when Isaiah climbed on top of two people solely and did a dive off of them.
Yeah, I remember this one spot when he
Yeah.
was on the top rope. He did a backflip off Rex from Forgotten Sons onto the other two. It was just awesome. Through sometimes it happens in wrestling. We've seen it happen with Kofi Kingston in his alleged title run.
Title?
Yes, it's alleged.
Huh?
You remember when Mustafa Ali got injured and then Kofi Kingston got pushed through his alleged title
Kofi
run?
got pushed?
Yeah, it was an alleged. It was alleged.
He's a tag team champion, bro.
Yeah, but
You wait. You trying to tell me that the WWE Championship wasn't vacant?
Ah man, well
According to Vince?
another time.
It's
another
either
time.
vacant or Brock.
Yeah, another
That's
time.
what I'm
We'll-
saying.
Yeah, all right.
Another time. We'll get
Off the main roster.
We'll talk about this later. But the point of me saying this was because
I
she
don't know because I asked Vince again what was going on. He always tells me that it's vacant.
We'll talk about it after the show. We'll talk about it after the show. It's a long story. I don't got enough 10 hats right now. But Kushida got hurt, so due to him being injured, Isaiah Scott Swerve is going to get over.
This guy's been getting a lot of shine. He's on NXT. He's been flip flopping between.
Because he's a
205.
really good wrestler.
Yeah.
He was
He's doing
good
big
to
things.
go legitimately. He was one of those guys that was when he came into NXT, he was ready to go right from there. They could have pushed him from day one, and he would have been him, Keith Lee.
Sometimes it's actually
Okay.
good that they don't push people to the sky and actually they take their time.
Well, yeah, not to the sky, but
NXT and all these other avenues. Sometimes the build through NXT is better than the main roster
You know
build.
what I wish they would do? I wish they would pair him up with the Street Profits just so that they could have a trio.
You know what? I would have preferred him popping up for the Street Profits than Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Because that storyline's not going nowhere after that.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it, Seth Rollins.
The only reason why I wouldn't want that is because nobody would probably really know. I mean, a small amount of the Raw audience would have known who Isaiah Scott Swerve, and it would kind of gotten over like a wet fart, and he doesn't deserve that. So it's just the truth of it.
So moving on, we had the gents. Wait, is he still the gentleman?
Yeah, he's still a gentleman.
Jack Gallagher, pinkies up, versus Angel Garza.
Oh, he ripped up the pants.
First time I've seen Angel Garza.
He was awesome.
Definitely
He's
impressed
so
me.
awesome.
I didn't understand the gimmick at first, and then like you was talking about the pants. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then throughout the match,
Ripped his pants off.
yeah, and it got an Okada
Like,
kind
who
of
does
pop.
he think
Bloody
he
A,
is?
man.
Who does he think he is? Tai Chi or something?
He's bloody A, man. Nah, he's no Tai Chi, but he's pretty cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
gets this man.
And,
Man.
Angel Garza won that one. It was a great match too. Moving on to the main event. It was a doozy.
It was a doozy. It was Braun Bremer.
Probably match.
They
of the
did a
night.
spot that I've probably never seen before. It was like the superplex, but they stalled it mid-air with 3 people and like Keith Lee power bombs everyone.
It was a doomsday superplex.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Keith Lee knocked halfway out the ring.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Really
So we had the champion, Roderick Strong,
Steal
versus
the victory against these guys,
Facts.
man.
versus the glorious Keith Lee and
The Limitless.
the Limitless. I got that confused. The Limitless Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic, or as Kenny Omega calls him, Dominic Dickhead. But
These
I
guys,
really want to see them two. In the
I
fight,
was
though.
like kind of
But
like,
back to match.
oh my god, like the wrestling is crazy on both shows, and then we were dual watching. So the main event, like I couldn't take my eyes really off of
The main event of the
NXT.
The main event.
NXT was great.
So now that we've gotten through the card, let's hit it. Best moment of the night. We are starting a 5 points war. Best moment of the night.
the
So,
real rock and roller,
Yeah.
finally turning heel, looking like he's gonna join or run possibly the Undisputed Era.
We shall see.
Finn Balor
Finn Balor.
shows up.
I'm not even calling him Finn Balor. I'm calling him Prince
He's
Devitt.
Prince Devitt.
You know what's
Prince
gonna
Devitt.
happen? Here's what's gonna happen. Finn is gonna go after that UK title, and then he's gonna use Undisputed Era to go after Imperium.
That makes
and
perfect
they're gonna
sense.
go right into the War Games.
That would be awesome.
That is
If
an
he-
awesome
if
idea.
he-
I hope
if-
they go for that.
If Prince Devitt became the UK champion,
champion?
that would automatically put so many eyes on that brand,
NXT
which
UK.
needs more eyes.
I'd watch
So,
it.
That would be awesome.
Like I watch it just because of that.
I guarantee it.
Guarantee
I
it.
guarantee it.
So I'm gonna go. I think we all agree. Best moment of the night. NXT. The real rock and roller has returned and entered for the first time the Triple H extended universe.
We didn't explain how he actually turned heel.
Oh, okay. So let's set it up. So the Undisputed Era was out there. Tommaso Ciampa came out there. Then Johnny Wrestling came back. This is the first time we've seen Johnny. I think this is the second time we've
This is the
seen Johnny
first time we've seen Johnny
in
Wrestling
the USA
and
era.
Ciampa
In the USA era.
together since Ciampa's back.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
And
you know,
then-
Johnny last week was talking about, I got to see how I feel about him coming back in the whole situation when we actually cross paths. So when Ciampa confronted Undisputed Era alone,
Mm-hmm.
Johnny was the next man up. And we're like, okay,
You know,
they're still uneven. So then
Finn Balor came
Finn
out.
Balor
Excuse
comes
me,
with,
Prince Devitt.
the real
we're thinking,
roller.
okay, so it's getting a little even. I was expecting actually a fourth person, but then he hits that Pele
Pele kick on
Johnny Gargano.
Yep.
Oh man,
knocked them out.
So it's gonna be
it
Johnny.
literally gave me chills. I've been dying for Finn to finally turn heel, give something to
Now we
him,
got it.
and possibly have his own real club
The
in
Undisputed
the
Club.
Undisputed
It's
Era.
gonna be the Undisputed Club.
That's just great. And
So let's.
He's wearing the OG
my
Battle
moment of the
shirt.
night is
Why is he
definitely
wearing the OG Battle shirt? Shout out to you, Jenna. Best match of the night. Who was the best match of the night? Focus, start with you.
Best match of the night, obviously the triple threat between the Limitless Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and Roddy Moss. I mean, not Roddy Moss, but Roddy Strong.
How about you, AJ?
I would say on the AEW side, Joey Janela, Kenny Omega. NXT side, as much as I love the main event, Matt Riddle, that match was amazing. So my pick is Matt Riddle.
I actually think the best match of the night, even though it was awesome, I expected the finish. I thought the finish was a bit predictable, even though predictability is not bad in wrestling. But for me personally, the best match of the night to me was Private Party versus Lucha Bros. I think that opening match was straight fire. The Private Party are the young bucks. Lucha Bros working heel like a mother effer. It was awesome. But I think both of you guys chose NXT, so that means NXT is taking 2-0 on the 5 points of war. So best storyline.
Is there gonna be a paradigm shift?
Oh man,
no, we'll see. Best storyline of the night.
Ooh.
We got a lot.
I am so hype off that Finn Balor.
So let's put things in perspective. We have Team Cody versus the Inner Circle. We have the finals of the tag team match with SCU versus Lucha Bros.
Well, I can easily say it. The best storyline coming out of tonight that excited me the most, hands down, Cody and the Inner Circle. That whole interaction, the build up with the guys coming out for Cody. Then it led into going into the crowd. It led to backstage. The fans ran into the hallways
it felt so
to see it. Jericho, fucking hilarious. Trying to stick
I got a ticket.
They absolutely destroyed the trope of WWE storylines when they say, the guy's banned or he shows up, hey, I have a ticket like a fan, so you can't do anything to me. They destroyed that trope.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious. It kept the whole Inner Circle in the spotlight, minus Jake Hager, who they mentioned wasn't there that night.
He's training for his fight.
This week.
I really hope he wins.
The Inner Circle kept in the spotlight, through 3 matches, doing little gimmicks and hijinks and in the private box.
Just being stupid idiots.
That storyline
is hilarious.
It made me more excited for Cody's match against Jericho. Made me excited for the Inner Circle and what they're doing.
We were just saying,
hands down to me, I think AEW took that one.
We were just saying, honestly, Chris Jericho just looks like a champion. I mean,
the jacket, the glasses, the championship.
Like he just
even
looks,
the rocker hairstyle. Like
he just looks like a champion. Like champion.
Le champion.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see him, it's like, yeah, that is a champion right there. That is a champion of the company right there. Like, no disrespect to any other champion ever come, but that's what you need to look like.
It's
like,
only fitting that. I was actually the whole time like, Jericho has to be the first, and the fact that they did it, and
look how he reinvented himself again. Just like
he reinvented himself twice in the matter of a couple of months. Painmaker was only a couple months ago, and then boom, he's in the little bit of and I already kind of see him swerving off a little bit off that already with the champion.
You know what I'm saying? But
what do you think, AEW or NXT?
I feel the same. I felt the same way personally. That whole Cody about to come out to the ring, cut a promo. You got the Inner Circle, like literally with horn.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It felt organic.
Every time Cody was gonna say something, he was gonna give us the typical Cody stuff, get you a little sentimental.
Cody's the ace of AEW. If you don't know this, people, he's the ace.
Every time he said something,
it was just hilarious.
And then Jericho grabs a mic and he's like, "Boom!" Hilarious.
It was good stuff. I really can't wait to see Jericho, the champion versus Cody. I think it was the best storyline. It leads to the night.
I mean, AEW takes this category, but what do you think yours was?
I got my ticket. I got my ticket.
That part was just hilarious.
Yeah, unanimous
stuff like that. You can't script like that. It's just hilarious. So we have right now we have 2-1 NXT. Most intrigue for next week, NXT or AEW. I'm gonna start off with you, AJ.
Honestly,
next week.
Off of that Finn Balor ending, that definitely made me want to see more. I want to know if he's Undisputed Era, if he's running Undisputed Era, what's his intention going forward besides obviously feuding with Johnny Gargano. How is that gonna culminate with Ciampa going after Goldie? Like now you have 2 guys going against the 2 top guys in.
There's a lot of questions to ask with Prince Devitt. A lot of questions to ask. What do you think, Focus?
I think that was the best storyline.
Yeah.
The thing that's gonna make me want to
watch next week.
Next
A
week?
treat, yeah. What's a treat for next week?
I think I have to agree because with Goldie, Adam Cole, the Undisputed Era. Is he part of Undisputed Era? Is he just attacked Johnny Gargano?
Because they were signaling the whole time after he was going heel.
And he just went like
he
this.
just put the gun gestures to Gargano.
And that's it.
Never threw up Undisputed Era, so we don't really know if he's going that way.
Smiling.
Finally, this was Prince.
You are seeing the real rock and roller.
You know what? This is actually the first night I really felt his presence on NXT.
Yeah.
It was kind of a surprise, but like okay, finally, like they'll do something with him. But tonight was like
so. Just by the count, NXT has won, but for the best overall show, even though they had that cool outro and there was some cool matches, I still think the best overall show was AEW.
Yeah,
and like we were talking about this last week. I'm not counting that, but I'm taking into account they're still in Full Sail. I just think still the flow of the show, the way the storylines weave in and out. They gave us
the matches.
The promos.
They gave us the promos.
It was funny. Like
Jericho's promo outshine. The whole Jericho situation outshined anything like promo-wise as far as
the matches were just, oh my gosh. Like the matches were just,
I can personally do without the constant mention of the old company. He didn't mention it by name, but stop. We know where you're from. You're stars. We followed you for years. That's why AEW is even a thing. We don't need to hear about them.
I can dig that.
Great.
I think it
was great.
Yeah, I thought AEW had the better show. They're I feel like they have the most exciting show in all of wrestling.
Period. It just has that good glossy finish of paint.
It's nice and quick.
On a freshly painted wall, like
it's quick.
And kind of standing next to the wall you haven't painted yet.
It's a really good filter. It's a great filter. It's a great filter. It's not too much. It's boom, boom, boom. Those 2 hours fly by. I think it's the best wrestling show on TV or internet right now. But that's just me. Focus. What do you think?
I think AEW took it this week.
Yeah. So overall, NXT actually won. They actually won. They had 3-2. But I like I said at the top of the show, I think this was the best week of the Wednesday night.
Well, NXT last week ran away with our categories 4-1.
Yeah.
And AEW took the ratings, so good balance jumping back from last week into this week.
Yeah, we're 2-2.
Yeah,
so we're 2-2 with the Wednesday Night Wars. But you know that we can do this all day. With that being said, AJ, where can they find you at?
At Kayfabe_AJ on Instagram.
Focus, where can they find you at?
At Kayfabe_Focus.
You can find me at Kayfabe Avenue. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, all at Kayfabe Avenue, Instagram, Facebook, and the YouTube. With that being said, Wednesday Night Wars, 5 Points of Wars. Ha ha ha. Kenny, take us home. Bang.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang.
You know what we finally got tonight?